Prednisone killed one of the Temptations? I had no idea. Somebody commented this on one of my YouTube videos, and I had no idea that this had actually happened. So I looked it up on Wikipedia and the Los Angeles Times, and I found out that prednisone may have been a contributing factor in the death of one of the famous singers in the Temptations band. So his name was Melvin Franklin, and he was the original bass singer in the Temptations. And you may be familiar with the Temptations from songs like My Girl and The Way You Do the Things You Do. Melvin had rheumatoid arthritis, a condition that's very common for people who take prednisone. And he ended up taking, they called it cortisone on Wikipedia. I'm not sure what they mean by cortisone. Maybe it was cortisone or maybe it was actually prednisone. They didn't specify. And his rheumatoid arthritis was so bad that he had to take the cortisone in order to continue performing. Apparently, they performed about 200 nights a year, which is a very demanding schedule for a performer. And so he was taking the cortisone so that he could perform. They would dance and do amazing performances. But the cortisone was really rough on his body. It took a toll. The complications of treatment, the side effects of cortisone led to diabetes. He also had his immune system suppressed, and that led to an infection, a terrible flesh-eating infection called necrotizing fasciitis. His skin had an infection in it, and it was burrowing in and leading to an open wound. And the only way to survive something like that is intravenous antibiotics in the hospital. In addition, the diabetes and the prednisone had led to heart failure. Apparently, he also had seizures, and he was only 52 when he died in the hospital. Apparently, when they were recording the last album he was ever in, called For Lovers Only, Woodson and Williams noticed that he was bleeding from his sock. That's horrid. His ankle was bleeding. He fell into a coma in February of 1995, and he never regained consciousness and died in the hospital. It's true that prednisone can cause such horrible complications, such as diabetes, infections, heart failure, and more. It's terrible that someone who later went on to get amazing awards for his performances had to die because of the treatment he was taking. And so if you're wondering, is prednisone worth it? The hard thing for him is he had rheumatoid arthritis back when there really weren't many other options. And so it was either cortisone or being stuck home, not moving his body, which is worse. And for him, he paid the price to get the function he needed by taking cortisone. He paid the price. To him, it was more important to function than to be home and not have the side effects and suffering incredible pain. No matter what, he was going to suffer. The question was he going to be able to suffer while doing what he loved or suffer at home alone, not doing his amazing work? And so it's a really tough situation, knowing whether the benefit of treatment is worth it or whether the side effects are worse. Finding the balance between those benefits and risks is really, really tricky. And that's because taking prednisone is like making a deal with the devil. You're getting an amazing benefit, but he's also exacting a cost on you. In Melvin's case, it was death. And so if you're wondering, how can I find the best balance of benefit and risk? I have the Prednisone Checklist for you. It helps walk you through what steps you can take to bring the benefit side as high as possible by decreasing the risk side, because there are things that you can do to minimize side effects so that you can feel like yourself again. Just click the link below to download your very own Prednisone Checklist, and it'll walk you through step by step the things you need to do to minimize your side effects so you can get the best benefit to risk ratio possible for you. Signing off is Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist.